Hey guys, back for another build stream. We're going to be starting a new Bearguy project today. Been wanting to get this going. I'm not going to get too specific at what all I'm planning to do, partially because I want to see how long it takes people to figure out what exactly I'm doing. We'll say if nobody gets it once I start putting the decals on, then there's something wrong here. But anyway, probably the biggest things we're going to be doing is, one, we're not going to be using bow, so we'll need to fill those holes. Also going to be changing positioning of the head, so that's going to require drilling it out, a new hole for the neck mount to go in, filling the old one, and cleaning all that up. Lastly, then we're also going to base it and mount it, and that's going to require some drilling in the feet to position it how I want it. So yeah, today though, main goal is going to be getting the body, legs, and arms and all that done, because I want those basically set up, ready to go, so that as soon as we come back, we can start working on drilling the hole for the head, because that's going to take a lot of engineering just to make sure everything goes together. We can secure the head and all that. So let's get to it. Before anyone asks, also, no real rhyme or reason with how I'm deciding which color Bearguy to use. It's just what I have. Okay, so honestly, like I said, we're going to start with the body. Unlike last time where we didn't do the sort of chest part did it as a separate construction, this time we're just going to slap everything together, as that's not going to be necessary for this particular build. So let's get to it. So I'm hopeful this project won't take super long, but with some of the stuff we're going to be doing, I don't know. This could go very quickly, or this could take a long while to do. I don't know. We will see. Those guys out and together. What all? Just checking the instructions sheet again. Okay, there is a polycap that goes. I'm going to hold off on a lot of the filler work until we get everything prepared, so that we can just do it all at once, and that way we waste less. Okay, so look at the instructions sheet. System goes like this. Okay. I'm told it on this last one, but whatever. Okay, that goes in there. Connect all together. Okay. Oops. Okay, yeah, I get what that's for. That's for if you're using one of the other things mounted. Actually, now that I look at it, hold up a second, I'm going to pop these off. I want to get this poor gate cleaned up first before we close this up, as it will be a lot easier to do it. When it's separated, then try to clean this up. Oh, come on. Try to find the best tool to try to... There we go. It's all question of leverage. Okay. There we go. So yeah, I'm not gonna say exactly what I'm doing with this, just that it's one of those things, when you get it, you're either going to have a lot of groans and say, oh, that's really bad, or you're gonna have a really nice belly laugh. I don't know. Could just be I have a little twisted sense of humor. But we'll see. Okay, I almost got this off. Now, tip of the day, make sure, even when dry fitting, you've got everything done you need to get done. Sometimes getting parts apart on these kits is an absolute bear. No pun intended. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Now let's get this guy first. Let me see. Fortunately, I need to see about cleaning some of my sanding pads. They're all sort of gotten to the point where they're pretty well used. Just about got this guy sanded to the point where I think it's satisfactory. There we go. Okay, now we can get these two together. Now, right now, my only concern is going to be when it comes time to paint. Because even though yellow is not the strongest color, I'm still planning to paint this white. So making sure we get this properly primed and done up so that we don't have any bleed through will be important. So, come on. Oh, let's get the head now. So we'll come back in and do a lot of cleanup sanding eventually. But for now, we won't worry about that too much. Okay, so we got that section of torso. We'll hold off on putting the chest plate on for now to let that dry on its own. So let's do the legs next. Feel like a leg day. 5 and 3. So this section is probably going to go pretty quickly. Next one will probably take a little more time, just because, trying to nail the center of this guy is going to be interesting. In fact, I think I'll drill it out while it's still on the sprue. That should help. Started on the wrong way, but that should help with the drilling process. Just because it'll be a lot more controllable, and it'll help us, sort of fit. Make sure we center it properly, because that's going to be the real challenge, getting that centered up. I'm also probably going to just hand drill it instead of using power tools, even though using power tools would be easier. I'd rather do this handheld just for controllability. Also because I think the drill bit I'm going to need to use it's not going to work in my Dremel, which means grabbing the other drill and that I'd prefer to use outside as opposed to inside, just because. Okay, got one leg done. Now let's get the next one. Hopefully by the time we get the arms and legs done, the torso will be dry so we can come back in and start doing some cleanup sanding. Yeah, I do wonder how many people will get what I'm planning to do with this guy before the final sort of reveal. But we'll see. We will see. Get these down. Now, the other issue is I see what this kit is going to be mounting it. Making sure that's secure. I may have to drill both feet, or I may be able to get away with just one. That's going to be an interesting challenge in and of itself. Okay, so we got the legs done. I'll hold off getting the feet out for just a minute, since all those are going to need is basically just some sanding and cleaning them up. So let's get the arms. So 10 and 11. Okay. But no, hopefully this project won't take too much time, as I do want to try to get at least one other Gundam kit for the Gundam event in November done. That's probably going to take a little bit of time, and I may technically start it because it has some of that sort of chromy, plasticky, it doesn't look super great metallic stuff on it. So I'm going to need to strip that, and that's probably going to take a couple of days soaking in some oh god, what's that green stuff called? Simple green, I think. Okay. Before you ask, the other little arm part had popped off on its own, so. Alright, let's get this guy in. So we can get him glued and clean him up. But no, I do want to get that done. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to get done, because I also have Orange Con coming up in October as well. I'd like to have some stuff ready for that. Honestly, actually, considering the fact that I haven't been to Orange Con since 2011, I can probably bring a lot of stuff that I brought to other cons without too much issue. Let's get this guy in. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like every time I plan to go to Orange Con, I either forget about it and don't get the days off or what have you. Okay, there we go. So we got that done. So we got those assembled. Okay. Since we got those all done, now I still need to put the polycaps on the legs. That's no real big issue. So got those done. I guess for now we can start getting some of the other stuff off. Okay, so now we need feet. let's get those. And the little hands. Oop. Don't want to lose those. Ah, there we go. And the chest. Okay. Got those out. Everything else we'll leave on for now and get off at a later time. So let's see. That's good. Get these off. And if you can't tell, I am stalling a little bit for time to make sure the glue has ample opportunity to fully set up before we start working with it. One second. Sorry, I had to check something else. Okay, we got those off. Let's start sanding them up. Now, one thing I will say right now is, unlike the previous Bearguy, we're not going for the super, super high gloss. So that is a bit of a benefit. Now, one interesting thing I want to add is, when I was at a local hobby store, Discount Hobby, I noticed AK had looked like a lacquer-based gloss paint that came in 2 parts. If anyone's used that, please let me know. I would very much like to find out how your experience with it was, because I'd like to get a little more information about it before I potentially buy it, because it's like $25, so it's not cheap. But if it does a really good job, then yeah. Okay, got that done. Let me clean this up a little with the hobby knife. Okay, now get the sand. Try to hold it and sand it. Sometimes not the easiest thing to do. Okay. Obviously, these particular sanding pads are older and not the greatest, so sometimes getting stuff to sand properly is also a bit of a challenge. Okay. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to also sand the other parts today, but we may, if it still looks like the glue is not fully set up, I'll have to push that off, and we'll come back to it another time. A little bit of a gate behind it. And unfortunately, this is one of the problems with using the GoPro as main camera, is I don't know how much of this stuff ultimately ends up showing up on camera. So we're gonna have to see. Now, I do also have another little action camera I could theoretically use, but it's 4K, and I can crop it down, it kind of defeats the purpose. Hopefully I'll eventually get a 4K capture card, but for now, that's kind of out of the budget. At least till I get done with school. Then I'm done with school, be pulling in bigger income. Then we can, start to look at some of that stuff. Though that may ultimately wait till I look at building a new desktop, which will probably happen in the next couple of years. Though I will say that when I do, I'll probably live stream it just because, it's content. And, it's always cool to build PCs. Probably the worst feeling is when you start getting that 7-year itch and you start looking, oh, that's new, that's shiny, and I could use that, and yeah. Okay, we got those cleaned up. Let's check this guy. Alright, I think you might be able to sand this. Yeah, looks like should be fine. Okay, got that sanded. Let's get around here. Okay, a little bit of yapping in there. We may have to try muscling it together a little more, see if it'll go. Yeah. Okay. Quick little squeeze. Not honestly have to come back in and fill it. Alright, let's set him aside for now. Okay, this feels pretty well dry. Whoa. Yeah, it's still a little. Just that much wet. Let's check this guy, see if maybe, because I'll be honest, I don't remember which one I did first, so yeah, this one still feels a little as well. Alright, so unfortunately I think we're going to have to stop there for right now. Obviously there's not a whole lot we can do with glue taking its sweet time setting up, so we'll have to table this for now, come back to it later. Don't know if I'll be on later today, working on this. I'm hoping to do another game stream tonight. It's been a while since we did one of those. Planning to start something new. So yeah, we at least got this sort of started. So, as I said, since the glue is not fully set up yet, we're going to have to call it quits for now. So, until next time.